traders and profit takers. This is your FOREX University professor looking at the week ending of November the 28th. Keep in mind that that was Thanksgiving week. There was trading, of course, around the world, but as for us, we took a day off on Thursday as well as Friday. So, you know, there's only 3 days that we're really going to be able to review, but we can still look at the market and see what was going on and how everything took place. Let's start by looking at the weekly charts on the Aussie. As you can see, it took a move. It fell below the bottom there. It took a move down and it hit support. And right now, as the market is just getting started here, it seems to be wanting to hold that. But of course, we know. But you know what? Looking at the fact that this is on a GAN level and it's stopped right there, it's possible that it might very well ping pong its way back to the next GAN level right here where this trend line is coming down. We've been in a downtrend for quite some time now on the Aussie. It looks like the few weeks ago, back about 7 or 8 weeks ago, when we started this meandering across sideways here in this consolidation, looks like this last week that just passed is what broke it. It's no longer in that area of those highs and lows for to consider it as really being much of any type of consolidation by breaking across this low area here. So on with the downtrend, on with the bearishness, with the exception of this GAN level here for right now, which is holding. If we zoom a little bit where we can see further across, we can also see where we're at in the long term. And this GAN level did have some areas where it was some support for that price range, where you can see a little better here. Actually, if we put this line right about between this high and this low, we might get something a little bit more. Actually, that looks like it's the next GAN level when you really look at it. And let's bring it, there's some, but right, what I see here is really this right here. That's the level right there at the 79.75 area. That is much more of a level of new support that we would look for if price was to fall down. Now, of course, that's quite a few pips. That's another 400 and some pips. But hey, we're looking on a weekly chart, right? And this very well could take place within the next month. It could happen in a couple of weeks. The market is beautiful like that, if you understand what I mean. Let's move over here to the euro real quick, see what's going on. The euro is a little stronger, but still in the downtrend, as we can see. All of these pairs are still in strong moves to the downside. Let's take a look and see how does it compare with the pound. The pound is weaker, as you can see. Notice you've got this gravestone from last week. Holding its support though. Remember the week before when we had this little spinning top here, it was not bullish because we still closed below the open for the week. I'm speaking about this candle right here, the little spinning top there. Let me open it up so we can see a little bit better, so it's not so small. If it's anyone like me and you need a little bit of help with the magnification. All right, and there we go. See, we broke up here as though it was going to be a move to the upside and finished the week coming right back down, creating a bit of a teardrop there. Well, by the fact that it's at the bottom of a move, it's really more of the gravestone. And again, we're at a GAN level. We might see some consolidation into the year, but I doubt it because of it's the end of the year. So, but we still notice that the pound is weaker than the euro, and the Kiwi, once again, is the strongest of them all. It is still within its consolidated range, as you can see here, since that beginning, right? It hasn't broken past any of those. So we're still looking at some strength going on with this Kiwi. This Kiwi still is the strongest of all of the other base pairs that are against the dollar. We go into the Canadian dollar now. Let's see. It's still moving on its way up. It's looking at this resistance coming for it at 115.25. We don't know if it'll actually hit it this week or not, but we zoom a little bit and take a closer look at where this is. In relationship to previous resistance. We're creating a little bit of a cup here. I don't know if we'll get a handle out of it. And if you look at that top GAN level, there is a place here for it to create some resistance. However, as we saw with the Australian dollar, really a little bit further away, more like around this 117.15, 13 or so, right around in that area, 117.20s maybe. That is the best resistance I see by looking at this chart. You've got it here, here, and here, and here, and here. It's just a much better level that I would say that's a much better level. The franc still somewhat strong, still holding that trend to the upside, even though we've got this hammer. Well, this wouldn't be considered a hammer. This is, I can't think of the proper term for it right now when it's at the top, but that's okay. Um, we're hitting resistance, and we've hit this resistance 4 weeks in a row and have been getting rejection. Notice the week before we had this high here, this strong candle, but we never broke that high, did we? It never broke it. So that gives this resistance level a little bit more validity. It makes it a little bit stronger. Let's take a look back quickly so that we can decide whether or not this is really what it is. And yes, it is. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. There you see the resistance now and why it's holding that point in price and it's unable to break past it because it's a very good point of resistance. So, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry. I was looking at this top one. Once again, we're waiting for it to reach that. But if you look back across on this second GAN line, you still see that there is some strong resistance and support there, as you can see here. And if we go further back, that's a long ways back, too far back, far away from it. Okay. And lastly, let's take a look at the yen, which is just soaring to new highs for the year. It's just on a straight rocket on to the upside. When you're in a situation like this, you want to put your stops underneath the last candles, okay, to keep your money in your pocket, right? So let's zoom out real quick though and take a look at the yen over so we can get a view of what's going on. I mean, this is going back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years before we get into these highs that we've just reached because we're coming out of these extremely low lows from way back for the last 3 years, right? That's what we're talking about when we talk about these last 3 years. These were some lows that were, I mean, really low, and we've finally gotten away from them and we're moving on into a very hard push to the upside, and we're meeting with previous levels from back in 07, 06, 05, right? And we're right there on these places. Notice how the price hesitates in this area where we're in now. So that lets us know that we're really meeting a place where we might see a slowdown in this move that's taken place on the yen over the last, 7 or 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 weeks or so with this breakout that we had from this long, long area of consolidation that was so we spent most of the year in. You know. So we're reaching a point where we might see this come and slow down, look for some corrections, and in doing so, where can we anticipate that correction to be? Well, we've got a couple of places we can take it from. We could take it from these lows here. We'll even put it up against this resistance level on this GAN because it might reach it. I'm pretty sure it can. Let me adjust this color real quick and put it so that it's more legible. My goodness. There we go. And we'll be looking for something to come back, maybe at the 115.09, or maybe we could get something to come back to the 382, which is around 112. and that would be a nice spot to look for some more movement to the upside after making that correction. So there you have the forecast and the review of the week of November 28th. Um, Real quickly, and I did promise that I would go over these. This was the 3 days that we traded. We started out Monday, we only had one winner there on the pound, 62 pips, but overall we were down by 36 pips at the end of the day. Came back on Tuesday with 115 pip gain, a couple of small expenses there. And then on Wednesday before Thanksgiving Day, when we realized the holiday was coming, we had started out the week without even realizing it. But then we had 75 pips that we developed out of Wednesday. And of course, on Thursday and Friday, we were on vacation, taking it easy. So we ended the week with 154 pips for 3 days of trading, taking a little break. Uh, so it worked out. Still came out good. Had a couple of not so good trades with the Kiwi. Kiwi, we didn't get anything out of it that week, which we should have, but we didn't. And then the Canadian dollar. The best we had was the pound, and the worst was the Kiwi. So, and here, as you can see, the Kiwi, we were going long on this Kiwi all week pretty much. We had a few shorts that we put in later along with it, and we were long pretty much most of the week on the pound as well. The pound brought us 56, and the Kiwi took 55. And of course, all the rest were just enough to keep us in the black at 154 for the end of the week. So that pretty much says it for the week ending of November 28th with Thanksgiving Day. I am your Forex University professor at yourforexuniversity.com, wishing you all the best in your trading, and we will see you next week.